14/9/2022. God says, "Sweet children, this is Ravan's cottage of sorrow, in which everyone is unhappy. You are now chasing Ravan away. There will then be cries of victory, and you will then all go to the cottage free from sorrow." Question: on what basis can you claim a high status even among the subjects, and what is the example of that? Answer: in order to claim a high status amongst the subjects, surrender whatever handful of rice you have to the father, just as Sudama did. It is shown that Sudama gave a handful of rice and received a palace. However, in order to claim a royal status, you have to study very well and become completely pure. You have to ensure everything you have. Song: at last the day has come for which we had been waiting. Om Shanti. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is also called the boatman. The Khivaiya, boatman, is called the boatman who sets you in the boat and takes you across. Therefore, the Father is the boatman who takes you across to the other side. In the land of falsehood, there is a false income. This is a true income for land of truth. The other is a false income. Bharat is now impure. Bharat is so large. The word is also so large. It is in the children's intellects that the old Bharat is in the old word. What would the Bharat of tomorrow, that is the word of tomorrow, be? You know how many human beings there are now. There are so many lands. Tomorrow there will definitely only be Bharat. It will be a divine kingdom. There will be a golden Dwarka. That means there will be the land of Krishna in Bharat. Lanka won't be there. The whole Lanka, the Bharat, the whole Lanka, the word doesn't become golden. Bharat becomes golden. Lanka, that is Ravan's kingdom, comes to an end. Bharat becomes Dwarka, which is also called the land of Krishna. Dwarka exists in Bharat. Bharat becomes golden. Dwarka also becomes just the one kingdom. They say that Delhi was the land of angels on the bank of river Jamuna, where Sri Lakshmi and Narayan used to stay. This is then another kingdom in Dwarka. When there is the kingdom in Dwarka, Lakshmi Narayan are not there. It is then the kingdom of someone else. The capital is on the bank of river Jamuna. There isn't another kingdom there. You now know that the whole of this old world, including Bharat, is to be sacrificed into this sacrificial fire of knowledge. This is a big, unlimited sacrificial fire into which the old word is to be totally sacrificed. This should enter the hearts of you children. Ravan's word is so large. Rama's word won't be as large. Their Bharat itself will be heaven, and there won't be any name or trace of other lands. This is something to understand. Your intellect have to imbibe this. Today the word is old, and then tomorrow it will become new. You, the Brahmin dynasty, will then become the deity dynasty. You Brahmins will study and become part of dynasty number-wise. It is now the Shudra dynasty. The word doesn't know that the father ultimately has to come. Baba has had very good posters of questionnaires made through which people can receive the father's introduction. However, none of them would be able to understand it unless it is explained to them personally. The father tells you, hear no evil, see no evil. They have made such a toy of monkeys, you too were like monkeys. Your faces have now changed. Those who have the 5 vices are called monkeys. They have portrayed an image of Narad when he said that he wanted to marry Lakshmi. He was told, look at your face in the mirror. They just made up that story. All of those things referred to this time. Some ask, can I marry Lakshmi? Baba says, first of all, let go of your monkey behavior. Then, why would not you be able to marry her? Baba has made you sensible, and he will then liberate all souls from Ravan's chains through you and take them to Shivalaya, that is the temple of Shiva, or the cottage free from sorrow. At this time, all are in the cottage of sorrow. You are now chasing Ravan away, and there will then be cries of victory. All the devotees are Sitas. Only God is Rama. People call out, O Rama. In fact, Rama is Shiv Baba. Baba has come and explained to you that only Ram comes and grants salvation to everyone. He takes everyone to heaven, which is called the kingdom of Rama. Baba has had many good posters made. You children have to go to the Gita Pathshalas and explain to people. We write the Supreme Father, so then ask them what their relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul is. They would definitely say that he is the father of all. Acha, since we are his children and he is the unlimited father and the creator of the new world, we should all definitely go to heaven. Why are we still here in the hell, in an impure world? Why isn't it the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan? Bharat had the sovereignty of heaven. Now, in the Iron Age, it is Ravan's kingdom. You were the masters of heaven, and there were no other religion at that time. 5,000 years ago, there was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. The kings were double crowned. They had a crown of purity and also the crown of studded with jewels. It became Rama's kingdom later on. Therefore, it should enter your intellects that it truly was their kingdom in Bharat. Lakshmi and Narayan are the first number. In the golden age, there are human beings with divine virtues and they are the ones who take 84 births. Where are that Lakshmi and Narayan now? They are all in the impure world. The Father sits here and teaches them Raja Yoga. Those who lost their kingdom are once again studying Raj Yoga in order to gain the kingdom once again. You remember that you study Raj Yoga from the Father every 5,000 years in order to claim your kingdom. For a cycle, it is a kingdom of happiness, and then for the other half, it is Ravan's kingdom of sorrow. We are now once again studying. God, the Father, comes and teaches us every 5,000 years. God speaks. Which God? They say that Krishna is God. You say that only incorporeal Shiva is God. Sri Krishna is a deity, and so you ask them, what is your relationship with Prajapita Brahma? He is the father. One is Dada and the other is Baba. At this time, you have two fathers. Your third father is the one who gives you a body. These two are Prajapita Brahma and Shiv Baba. You claim your limited inheritance from your worldly father, whereas the Father from beyond this world now says, claim your unlimited inheritance from me. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, comes and makes impure ones pure and makes them worthy of ruling a kingdom. The third question you ask them is, who is the God of Gita? They say that is Sri Krishna. You say that Krishna is not the God of Gita. Prajapita Brahma cannot be called God. Only Shiva can be called God because he is incorporeal, whereas this Prajapita Brahma is corporeal. Therefore, God is Shiva alone. Baba has also explained that you are Shiv Shaktis. You are an army. Renounce the vices and become viceless and pure and claim your kingdom. Then this kingdom of Ravan will end. You are now establishing your own kingdom and you will become its masters tomorrow. Who gave the kingdom to Lakshmi and Narayan? You would say that it was the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiva, who gave them their kingdom and that he is giving it to them now. Shiv Baba says, I gave you the kingdom previously too, and I am once again teaching you. All of this will destroyed. The pure word will be established and you will then build palaces of gold and diamonds there. You will rule there. This is your aim and objective. So, we are becoming Lakshmi and Narayan. This is the highest status of all. Who taught them? It must definitely have been the highest on high Father who taught them. They are now once again studying Raja Yoga, and so they will claim that status in the future. The same applies to you. All the religions will end in a short time. The deity religion is established through Brahma, destruction of the old world is through Shankar, and then sustenance through Vishnu. Lakshmi and Narayan will sustain it. These things have to be understood. This life of yours is said to be invaluable. You win this lottery from Shiv Baba. Those who claim the first number in a race receive a big prize. So, this Lakshmi and Narayan claim the first number. They race faster than you. Brahma is number one, and then there is Saraswati. This is a race of the power of yoga. Baba has explained that in the golden age, it is first Lakshmi and then Narayan. Here, Saraswati is the daughter of Brahma. This is why you don't say Saraswati Brahma. First is Brahma and then his daughter Saraswati. They are called Jagadamba, word mother, and Jagatpita, word father. They cannot be husband and wife. When they go to the golden age, their names will change. First is Lakshmi and then Narayan, whereas here it is first Brahma and then Saraswati because she is the daughter. You now know that you are changing from human beings into deities. The more elevated the effort you make, the more elevated the status you will claim. It is as though you are changing from beggars to princes. If you study well, you will become kings. If you don't study well and don't become pure, you won't claim a kingdom. Shiv Baba gives you your inheritance of kingdom. If you don't claim the kingdom and don't become pure, you will be one of the subjects. However, even the subjects are number-wise. Some ask, how can we claim a high status amongst the subjects? In that case, the example of Sudama is given. He gave a handful of rice and received a palace in return. Those who gave a handful here receive a palace for 21 births. This is your insurance. Each one of you insures yourselves with God. They give to the poor in the name of God. Some give food, others give wealth, and some even build a building for others. They definitely put something aside for charity because they commit a lot of sin. They give donations and perform charity, and so that means they are insuring themselves. According to their donations and their charity, they take birth in good home in their next birth. For instance, if someone builds a hospital, he will have less illness in his next birth. If someone opens a university, he receives the fruit of that in his next birth. He would have a very good education. That is donating and performing charity indirectly. Now the Father tells you directly. However much you insure, you will receive the fruit of that for future 21 births. Then it depends on how much you do. The Father is the bestower. What would Shiv Baba do with something he took from you? He says, everything is for you children. People donate to poor and so they receive the fruit of that from God. Here too Shiv Baba says, you give a handful and you receive the fruit of that for 21 births in the new world. It is up to you whether you claim the Sun dynasty kingdom or the Moon dynasty kingdom, or whether you become wealthy subjects or poor subjects. You continue to receive Srimad through which you can become elevated kings and queens or subjects. You continue to watch all of this as detached observers. The Father says, you can take whatever you want. He is called the insurance magnate. He is incognito. You know that Baba has now come here personally, and he is giving us our inheritance for 21 births. Baba says, the more you ensure yourselves and belong to me, the more right you have to claim a kingdom. How do you belong to the Father? You say, Baba, I have this and that. The Father says, you say that God gave you everything, that's all. Don't think that anything belongs to you. Don't have any attachments. If you do have attachment, you won't receive a kingdom. While living at home with your families, follow Srimad and there won't be any attachment. You gave this guarantee, Baba, when you come, I will belong to you. I only have you. You are now going to the Father, and then Baba will send you to the heaven. Baba speaks to you every day. He has now been speaking to you for so many years. Very little time now remains. This is Baba's long boot. Baba has entered this old shoe. He says, I give you children the news of beginning, middle, and the end of the world. I am knowledgeful, blissful, and the liberator. I am the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. The more you continue to remember the Father, the more your sins will continue to be cut away. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence of Dharana. Number 1. In order to claim a royal status, follow Srimad completely. Don't have attachment to anything. Make this lesson firm. Mine is the one Father and none other. Number 2. Hear no evil, see no evil, talk no evil. Follow this direction of fathers and become worthy of sitting in temple. Blessings. May you control yourself with controlling power and put a full stop as a constantly powerful soul. The awareness of the Father, the point, and you, a soul, the point, makes you powerful in putting a full stop. That is a point. A powerful soul has the controlling power to control himself. Such souls do not control others, but they use the power of transformation to have control over themselves. They have the power to put right anything that has gone wrong. They never ask, am I someone who has to do this all the time? Do I have to tolerate everything all the time? A powerful soul would think this is not dying but claiming self-sovereignty for heaven. Slogan is, only those who have the speciality of determination in their every thought can become instruments to reveal the Father. Om Shanti.